coming to you from the in-laws house in Williamstown, West Virginia. It is Sunday, June 24th at approximately 9:35 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm just coming to you with a little bit of a kind of a heavy heart. As you know, May 1st, my husband and I lost his stepmother, Ellen, and now his dad is kind of going downhill a little bit, and we have been here since Friday. We're planning on leaving either Tuesday or Wednesday to go back home, and we'll be back next weekend to visit again. But he can't get out of bed. He's got the start, basically like the start of renal failure and everything like that. I'm kind of in a dimmer room. I'm going to go ahead and turn this light a little ways away. There we go. There we go. That light's a little better. But he is suffering from a little bit of renal failure. He still has congestive heart failure. He isn't taking meds like he was. And he's just, we all kind of think he's ready to go. And he's still up and talking. He can eat. He's lucid, but he's not pooping, or he's not pooping, and it just his health isn't doing so hot. So we've been kind of visiting and helping with family. Dylan's brother from Chicago came in, and his brother from Cleveland has come down, and the grandson from Washington has come here. So it's been nice to visit. I haven't done a whole lot of stitching recently. I do have a little bit of an update. I've been sitting here stitching, working on my Amid Amish life. If you remember here, I was working up here on the clouds, and I'm getting some more of the clouds done. I'm almost actually finished with the main part of the clouds. So here is, sorry about that, here's my update. You can see the clouds are filling in quite nicely. So once I do the clouds, I'm probably going to move over this way and do the roof of the house over here, and then extend down this way and probably try and see if I can get one of the quilts done. But it's coming along nicely. I don't have too many other whips. I've been working on the baby shower gift for Megan. She's expecting sometime in July. The end of July, and I'm making her a link outfit for the baby. It's a diaper cover, a hat, booties, and a sword. If you're familiar with the Legend of Zelda series of video games, you'll be familiar with Link's outfit. It's in greens and browns, and it's really cute. It's turning out really cute. So I've got one of the booties mostly made, the diaper cover is made, the hat's made, and I have to finish the other booty and do the sword. I'm going to turn the sword into a baby rattle if I can figure out how to do it. But that's what I'm working on. I showed you the pattern that I was using a video or two back. But the baby shower is next Sunday, which is one of the reasons why we're coming into town, so I can go to the baby shower. So hopefully I'll have the sword and everything finished. But I have a little bit of haul to show you. My bag's a little wonky, so you'll have to bear with me for a minute. Yes, I did bring it. Alright. So, last Wednesday, I went over to the GottaStitch store because I needed to pick up the next installment in the Fireside Originals Seahorse a Month patterns. May and June are available now, and I needed to pick them up. Plus, they had some floss and stuff that was on order for me come in. So I was at my local Needlework shop, hoping that they were open so I could get those charts. And let's see. This is, bear with me just a minute, January and February. I'm a little disorganized here, a little discombobulated. Not really looking forward to tomorrow because I'm working remotely. We're going to be here until Tuesday or Wednesday, so I made arrangements with work to work remotely, and I kind of wish I could have had the time to take off because I really don't want to log in and work. But we have trainings this week. Work last week was kind of a pain in the rear. We had internal audit in, so we had auditors and upper management kind of breathing down our necks all week, and it was kind of stressful. So I made arrangements to work from home Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, so we could be down here to help with my father-in-law, not really knowing how his condition was. He seems to be okay and seems to be kicking it, but, you know, now it's pretty much just a waiting game for us. So we're not entirely sure. But anyway, so, bear with me just a minute here. I don't know what I did with those other two. Oh, I put them back in here. So anyway, bear with me just a minute as I get some stuff together. Anyway, so last Wednesday I went to Cross My Heart to see if I could pick up the stuff that was on waiting for me that they had ordered, the Dinky Dyes floss. I'm drinking a little margarita tonight, just a little way to relax. This is Jose Cuervo. It comes in a big glass bottle. I believe this is the gold one, so it's not too bad. Little nightcap. I'm sorry if you guys don't drink. I don't drink very often, but I've been sipping on this for probably about 3 hours now, and that's all I've drunk, or all I have finished off so far. The ice cubes melted, so it's a little watered down. I do have a little margarita salt on it, but my drink of choice tonight is a little margarita. But so Cross My Heart was closed, but in the shopping center, the local Needlework shop is in. They have an American Cancer Society store, and they happen to still be open. So I stopped in there because I found some cross-stitch stash in there. If you remember, I bought a picture of the Hummel of the little boy on the sled skiing or sledding down a hill. That came from that American Cancer Society shop. So I happened to be in there, and I actually did pick up something really kind of cool. It's a Mccall's Needlework and Crafts Country Cross-Stitch book, and I got it for $2. It's a pretty neat little book. It has the alphabet on the front in it. It has an antique sampler in it. I'm not going to show you, but it has an antique sampler in it that's really kind of cool. I thought of a couple of people as I was looking through this. Some more patterns, another sampler, strawberries. It's really kind of neat. A wedding sampler. I don't know if I'm really going to stitch anything in the book, but it was just kind of cool. And for $2, I figured, hey, that's great. But that antique sampler is actually kind of neat. I might actually stitch that. The other thing that I thought was cute was, I have to cover this up. You're right. A pattern called Condo Sweet Condo. Little kitty cat is cute, so that was really cute to see. It's just really neat, a neat little book. And for $2, hey, I figured, what the heck? What the heck? So, anyway, so that is Country Cross Stitch by Mccall's Needlework and Crafts. This is, let me see if I can find the copyright. It's by Meredith Press, New York. Copyright 1992. So, copyright 1992. So I got that. in lieu of picking up my stuff. So Friday, after the auditors left work, we were allowed to leave early, so I left about 2 hours early and headed over to the local needlework shop because I knew they closed at 5 and I could get there. And I was able to pick up my stash, or the stuff that was waiting for me. So, anyway, so I told you that the reason why I was going over there was for the Fireside Originals Seahorse of the Month Club. And May and June are out now. So I picked them up. Here is May. She is called Flora. You might not be able to see this real well, but May, Flora. She's really cute. And then the June pattern is called The Lady. You can pick this up at your local needlework shop, or I can give you the information for it. You can pick them up also, firesideoriginals.com. And if you need to get in touch with my cross-stitch store because maybe you don't have a needlework shop nearby, I can put you in touch with my cross-stitch store. So just leave a message down below and let me know, and I can send you out that information privately so you can get in touch with them. They can ship to you wherever you need it to go. So just let me know if you need it ordered. Carol, the designer for Fireside Originals, is one of the co-owners of my local needlework shop. So they should be able to help you out. So while I was there, I was wandering around looking at different things. And I picked up a new pattern by My Big Toe Cross Stitch Designs. Their patterns are really funny. They're kind of tongue-in-cheek. And this one just made me laugh, so I went ahead and bought it. And it's called Cross That Stitch. And it says, I will cross that stitch when I get there. This pattern really kind of made me laugh, so I went ahead and picked this up. It really just kind of made me laugh. So, and I needed a laugh, so I went ahead and picked it up. And also while I was there, as I was wandering around, I was looking at some of the fabric from the Crossed Wing collection that they have for sale. And I found several pieces of fabric that I really wanted to come home with. But this one piece of fabric in particular really kind of sung to me. I don't know if it happens to be because, last week was Pride Week here in Ohio, but this is a piece of fabric that has a rainbow on it. I don't know if you'll be able to see the colors really well on this, but you can kind of see the yellows and the purples and stuff. But the top is blue. It goes to like a purple, pink, orange, yellow, green, and the bottom is green. But there's a rainbow running through the fabric. You can kind of see it there. Yeah, there's a rainbow running through the fabric. It was just really pretty. So I had to pick it up. I don't really quite know yet what I'm using it for, but anyway, so this is an 18 by 20 piece of 32 count fabric by the Crossed Wing collection. I guess it goes that way. 32 count fabric by the Crossed Wing collection. This is called Under the Rainbow. No, Over the Rainbow, I'm sorry. This color is called Over the Rainbow. It's just a really pretty piece of fabric. So I have a piece of rainbow fabric that I have to find something to stitch on. I think it's really pretty. So Cross My Heart is also part of the collective stitch thing that's going on right now through August. And the designs are made by Tempting Tangles, Deborah Dick, at temptingtangles.blogspot.com and temptingtangles.com website. This pattern that Cross My Heart has, I have the pattern. I have the cardstock pattern. I can't show you the pattern. I can do this though. But the one that Crossed My Heart is called the Reindeer Tree. And this one you can only get through the collective stitch thing by going to Cross My Heart in Columbus, Ohio. This is a free pattern that they'll be giving out to people coming into the shop between now and August. And theirs is called the Reindeer Tree, and I will actually input a picture of their model here, or if I can't get it here at the end of the video, but I will try and insert a picture of the reindeer tree available across my heart here. Now, as I have indicated before, this is from the Collective Stitch. And to get the complete list of participating shops, you can go to collectivestitch.com. I will actually include that as in the links below when I'm done with the thing. So I'll put that aside so I know I need to add that. So they called to let me know that, let's see, I had floss that I had ordered. I had ordered some Dinky Dyes floss, and I kind of forgot what I ordered Dinky Dyes floss for. But I was looking at the Ink Circles breast cancer mandala, and I forget if it was. I believe it was in a magazine, and I'll have to dig out the pattern when I get home. But I didn't do that before I left to come down here to West Virginia. So anyway, here's the pack of Dinky Dyes floss that I got. They're purples and pinks and reds, and it's mainly for the breast cancer mandala. But so I will take them out and show you. It's a beautiful set of floss, and I love how they came packaged for me. So this first color is kind of like pinks and purples. You might not be able to see it because I have the lights turned way down. But this is Dinky Dyes. This is called Purple Haze. Purple Haze. Pinks and purples. I'm sorry if that's coming in a little fuzzy. Pinks and purples. This next one is Raspberry Ripple. This is just variegated pinks. This next one is Mulberry Ice. This is just very muted pinks. This next one is purples and pinks again. This one is Merlot. This next one is also purples and pinks. This is called Fuchsia. This next one is a rather dark purple. It's pretty. It's called Hardenbergia. And it's a purple. There's the name. Hardenbergia. Number 56. This one is pink. This one is called Argyle. 60 Argyle. This one is called Bougainvillea. Number 103. Bougainvillea. This next one is a very pale pink. It's called 160 Pink Diamond. 160 Pink Diamond. The next one is number 115, Pink Tourmaline. Pink Tourmaline. It's very pretty. And this last one is called number 116, Bottle Brush. Colors are actually pretty accurate. So these are my sets of Dinky Dyes that I got. I get to pick and get to choose them. This is for the Ink Circles Breast Cancer Mandala. That was published, I believe, in one of the recent magazines. I'm going to have to go look when I get home to see which magazine they came out of, or the pattern came out of, and I will post it below. But I believe I had shown it on a video, one of my private videos, but I will be sure to show that when I get home. So that is pretty much all I got as far as stash from my local cross-stitch store. I got 2 subscriptions in the mail this week. Give me just a second to take a breath or take a drink. You'll have to excuse me if I look a little sweaty. It's a little humid and sticky in the house. We have the AC going, but we kind of have to keep it at a certain temperature to keep my father-in-law a little comfortable. So It's a little sticky in here. And the last time we put the AC in this window here, it blew all kinds of stuff on me, and I got a upper respiratory cold from it 2 weeks ago. So I didn't want to put the AC unit back in the window, even though I'm going to be sitting here working the next couple of days. But I'm in the dining room, by the way, my in-laws' house. And I have my Columbus Clippers shirt on that I got at the Stitch Night at the game. But, oh, excuse me, as I was saying before, I got the newest issue of Just CrossStitch. It's an exclusive Christmas ornament issue preview, and this is the August 2018. I'm sure somebody out there has done a flip through of this issue already. Wasn't a whole lot that I necessarily saw in here that I really wanted to stitch. There was some cute things that would be really neat. Like, some of the ornaments are pretty cool. I can kind of show you this one. Kinda. The little reindeer with Christmas tree. That's kind of cool. Yeah. This one's called 2 Stars and a Stag. 2 Stars and a Stag. That was kind of cool. I don't know if I'll necessarily stitch any of these, but I mean, you know, some of them are really kind of neat. You know, they have the Next in the Bunny series by Eileen Garrick. These bunnies are really cute. I haven't quite decided. I really love bunnies, but I haven't quite decided if I'm going to even worry about trying to stitch these. This bunny series is really cute, but I just don't know if it's quite my bunny thing. So anyway, that's some of the highlights of the Just CrossStitch August 2018 issue that I got in the mail recently. And then I also have a subscription to CrossStitch Gold, and this came in the mail fairly recently. This is the July-August issue number 67, CrossStitch Gold. One of the ones that was really cute in here was where is it? Was this fairy. This fairy is cute. The Flight of Fancy. It's called Flight of Fancy, but this fairy is actually really cute. Again, I may not stitch her. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. But I thought that was really cute. You know, there's a couple other things that are coming up that actually look really cool. Let's see. So anyway, this weekend was StitchCon down in Cincinnati. I kind of would like to go at some point, but I realize that it may not necessarily be in our budget to go. Anyway, I happened to mention it to my husband this weekend, and he's like, well, you could have gone. And I'm like, well, I don't know. And I mentioned that my Needlework shop, Cross My Heart, holds a stitch retreat in October called Camp GottaStitch. And he's like, well, if you want to go, you can. And I was like, well, it's a little pricey. And he's like, well, how much is it? So I told him. And he's like, well, you can go if you want. So I may actually check on going to the retreat for my local needlework shop. It's called Camp GottaStitch. I will try and remember to put the link down below. I'm sorry if I forget, but I don't know how my editing is going to do tonight. But anyway, so that's pretty much it for my cross-stitch haul. Now, I was going to try and start the Seahorse of the Month stuff for Fireside Originals this weekend for Sunday High Tea, but for hashtag Sunday High Tea. But I don't think I'm really going to get started. So I realized that the first stitch up in the upper left corner is the seaweed. Let me dig that back out. So the upper left corner. So this is like the pattern, where the pattern's going to be. And so you start with the seaweed border. The seaweed border borders all of the seahorses here. So the greens up here in the seaweed border, up here in the top there, I didn't have the greens with me, so I actually ran down to the local Joann's to buy the floss tonight for the first two that I didn't have on hand. I have them at home, I just don't have them here, because I was under the impression that I was actually going to start this tonight for Sunday high tea, and I kind of don't think I'm actually going to get started on this for a little while. I'm kind of still really enjoying stitching on my Amid Amish Life set, so I think I'm just going to continue stitching on that for a little bit before I start something new. But also, you know, StitchCon is happening this weekend, and my husband said, well, you could have gone if you wanted to, but I told him that the wait list is already full for next year. So I told him that I also did get on the wait list for the next year. So hopefully, you know, in 2020 I'll get to go to StitchCon, and that'll be a lot of fun. But I am also seriously considering going to Camp GottaStitch that's held here in it's north central Ohio, in October by Cross My Heart. And I'm going to put the link to the information down here. But there's many other events going on. And there's many other stitch-alongs that are also happening right now. Like, I know a lot of people are participating in the Summer of Salem stitch-along. I am not doing Summer of Salem. I have a couple of pieces that could qualify, but with everything going on, it's just going to be easier for me not to. But there was a 60 Days of Heaven and Earth Design stitch-along that just got wrapped up, I believe this weekend, in fact. And there's a lot of people that have been posting their progress for that. I was originally going to participate in the 60 Days of Heaven and Earth Design, but unfortunately I wouldn't have gotten started until about 5 days in, and I couldn't really decide on the Heaven and Earth design that I wanted to work on. Plus, I was enjoying stitching on Amid Amish Life anyway, so I just decided that with everything else going on in work and family issues and everything, that I would kind of table doing the 60 Days of Heaven and Earth design that was started by Portia Parcher. She's a well-known person in the Heaven and Earth Design Facebook group. But she's starting a new one July 2nd. It's called 100 Days of Heaven and Earth Design. And there's, she's kind of asking you to limit it to up to 4 Heaven and Earth Design patterns over the course of the 100 days, but your goal is to make at least 1 stitch on it every single day. And she's doing incentive drawings for you to get, to make it through the entire 100 days. And there's a giveaway at the end for the people that make it all the way through, and there's giveaways every 10 days. So as you post your progress, you'll be entered in the giveaway for it. It's going to sound like a whole lot of fun, and since I have a couple of Heaven and Earth designs in progress, I'm going to go ahead and make a commitment, at least as much of a commitment as I can right now, to participate in the 100 Days of Heaven and Earth Designs. I can link to the Facebook group down here where it gets started, but I'm going to do that. My planned Heaven and Earth design that I'm going to work on is Hunter's Moon. Now, I don't have that here with me, and I don't have a picture of it, but I can show a picture later of my piece. And since it's already started, it's obviously going to be where I start on day 0, and then I'm going to hopefully put in a few stitches of it every single day for a while. And it's going to kind of go into my rotation. I may do another Heaven and Earth design. I haven't decided yet, since I have a couple of them going. But I think I'm going to focus mainly on Hunter's Moon. So, hello. So, once I'm done with that, everything will be all right. Other than that, I really don't have a whole lot going on. It's going on 30 minutes. I'm not doing a stitch along with me, a stitch along video this trip. There's just not really feeling up to doing a stitch along. And it's been a little hot and sticky out here to really sit on the front porch again and do another one there. And the fact that I also have to work remotely Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Assuming that nothing drastic happens and I need to switch to bereavement leave, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. But well, one of the other things I did want to say, when I was at Joann's today picking up floss for the Seahorse of the Month. I was looking through some of their clearance bins that they had out front in their store. The Joann's here in Marietta, Ohio, is actually quite small compared to a lot of the Joann's in Columbus that I've been to and that we have. It's in a really tiny store, and the aisles are just big enough to get the shopping cart down the aisle. It's pretty small. They don't have a framing section, stuff like that, but it's pretty cool. And so anyway, I was going through their clearance section, and they had some of those knitting looms, those wood knitting looms on sale or on clearance. So I was digging through the bin, and I saw they had a couple of those sock looms with the adjustable bar in the middle. And they had just a normal gauge one. So I was digging around in those, and at the very bottom of the bin, I happened across this extra fine gauge sock loom. And I've been looking at the extra fine gauge sock looms, but I didn't know when I'd ever get around to using or making socks. One of the things I'd love to do is learn how to knit socks using circular needles, as opposed to the 5 double-pointed needles that you normally use to make socks. I'd really love to learn how to crochet socks too. But anyway, they had the extra fine grade sock loom on clearance for $6.97. So I bought one. So at some point, I am going to teach myself how to make loom socks. I figured for $7, it would give me something different to try at some point. I just think making socks would be kind of fun. But anyway, I don't have any sock yarn yet, but I am looking forward to giving this a try. So it's the extra fine gauge sock loom that I got. And I'm pretty excited for this because I was actually looking at this about a year ago and never picked one up. I just think this would be kind of fun to try. So if anybody has any pointers on using a sock loom or any kind of knitting loom like this, let me know. Maybe we can learn together, or if you know how to use one of these, maybe you can teach me. Might be kind of fun. So anyway, that's about all I got, you guys, and it's only about a 33-minute video, so I'm going to call it here so I can get this uploaded and edited, get some of the things added for you. But other than that, everything's going okay. Still kind of dealing with depression. Of course, that all comes with the work situation and the family situation and just stress of life in general. We probably won't be bringing the dog home anytime until after something happens. But we'll be gaining another furry family member again. So, yeah. Just kind of keep us in your thoughts and prayers, and we'd really appreciate it. These next couple of weeks are probably going to be tough as we kind of realize that, Dad's not going to live much longer than Mom did. So anyway, thank you very much for listening. Keep buying all the stash, keep buying all the floss, keep buying all the fun things, keep stitching all the things. Keep diamond painting all the things. Just keep on keeping on, everybody. And cheers to everybody out there. Thank you. Thank you for being wonderful. Thank you for being Flosstubers. Thank you for listening and participating and just being you and keeping it all going. Just keep on keeping on, because that's all we can do, really. And good luck. Hope you guys have a great week, and hopefully we'll see you soon. I'm not sure when my next video will load, but hopefully next week. But anyway, we'll see you soon, and take care. God bless. Thanks.